New Minoxidil 10% in town, man. Big shout out to Grizzly Beard to actually provide me with this 10% Minoxidil that is in the United States. Took me about 5 days to receive it. Shout out to them, man. You know, it helped me out. It definitely did help push my connectors, man. That's one thing I was definitely looking for. So go ahead and cop y'all one and Grizzly Beard, y'all. You guys have been asking me and wondering, Doron, what is the difference between the 5% Minoxidil and the 10% Minoxidil? And I'm gonna try to keep this video as simple as possible so that way you guys are able to understand where I'm coming from. What it do, YouTube? It is your boy Doron, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Back at it again with another body banging video, y'all. I know ya. Look, y'all. Y'all can see it. This bad boy getting darker, man. Y'all can see, man. This beard is getting sick now. You feel me? Alright? Y'all want to know one thing? Y'all want to know one thing, man? I've actually been using the 10% serum. And that serum is made by Grizzly Beard, y'all. I've been using it for the last 2 weeks now. But look, man. Yo, I know that y'all have been ordering y'all 10% Minoxidil from the TOWNN company and y'all have not received it. I'm not gonna bash them or anything, man. But look, man, I was tired of waiting and I came across this product. It's in the United States, so it was easier for me to receive it. And at first I was like, should I use this thing? Like, because you guys already, y'all know I don't trust every company. And I'm not just gonna sit out here and just try products for fun. In order for me to really apply a product, I gotta do my research and really trust the company before I even apply that product. And I came across this right here, man. It's legit. So shout out to them, man. Let them know Doron sent you, man. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below. Y'all go ahead and cop y'all Minoxidil, man. Y'all definitely gonna receive this in less than 10 days. This what a bottle looks like. What is a serum, y'all? We all know that some people still don't know what a serum is. We're talking about beard serum right now. As we see, a beard growth serum generally takes one of two approaches. The first involves using medication to treat problems associated with hair growth by increasing the blood flow to the hair follicles. This approach is generally targeted towards men experiencing thinning or lost hair. Hey guys, you guys have been asking me and wondering, Doron, what is the difference between the 5% Minoxidil and the 10% Minoxidil? And I'm gonna try to keep this video as simple as possible so that way you guys are able to understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so the 5% Minoxidil, we all know most of them, if not all of them, well, the real ones are FDA approved. And as far as the 10% Minoxidil, most of them, if not all of them, are, well, most of them are not FDA approved. That is one big difference between those two. Now, 5% Minoxidil and 10% Minoxidil, people say that the 10% Minoxidil is like kind of like double the dosage of the 5% Minoxidil and it gives you more side effects, which may not be true because when I was on the 10% Minoxidil, I actually did not experience any side effects whatsoever, but I did experience side effects on the 5% Minoxidil, especially the liquid version. So guys, with my experience using the 5% Minoxidil, I was able to see a lot more vellus here than I was when I was on the 10% Minoxidil. So that's kind of like a concern for me if I'm, you know, like if I'm someone that wants to see gains and grow more vellus here. Like that's a concern because for me, I would think that a 10% will produce you a lot more hair, but that was not the case. The 5% for me actually gave me way more vellus hair than I did have when I was using the 10%. So that's one pro I would say on the 5% versus the 10% is that it definitely will produce more vellus hair. This may not be for everybody, but for those of you guys who are on the same boat as me, it produced a lot more vellus hair than it did on the 10%. Now, one bad thing I would say about the 5% versus the 10% is that it did not give me faster terminal gains versus what the 10% did. So with the 5% Minoxidil, I was able to see a lot more vellus hair, but I was not able to see darker or terminal hair like I did with the 10% Minoxidil. Now, as far as the 10% Minoxidil, the one bad thing that I would say that's not on top of the 5% Minoxidil is that when I was using the 10% Minoxidil, I did not see a lot of vellus hair grow actually, but I did see a lot more vellus hair being pushed out by terminal hair quicker when I was on the 10%. So because I've already developed all these vellus hair with the 5%, and then when I jump into the 10% was able to push those vellus hair out and then produce terminal hair, or it was in transition to become terminal. So the 10% minoxidil does not mean that it's better than the 5% minoxidil, and the 5% minoxidil does not mean that it's better than the 10% minoxidil. But the way I was able to use both is that in order for me to get all the gains that I need, first I had to have a lot of vellus hair. I had to produce a lot of vellus, so that way those vellus hair could be replaced by terminal hair. But in order for me to do that, I had to use the 5% first to give me all these vellus hair, and then once I had all the vellus hair, I jumped into the 10%, which was able to give me a lot more darker hair. Then after that, I kind of just went back to the 5% minoxidil, because I rather, when you first start on this journey, you want to focus more on your vellus hair, trying to create as much as you can, because if you're able to create all these vellus hair and you finally switch on the 10% minoxidil, like that 10% minoxidil will actually help boost those vellus hair and be replace it with terminal hair. But if you start with the 10% minoxidil, you might not be able to see a lot of vellus hair being produced. Now, if you already have a beard, it might be helpful for you if you already have a beard. But if you're starting from scratch, you might not see a lot of vellus hair being produced as fast as you will see with the 5% minoxidil. I don't know why it works like that, but that's just how it works. That's why it's kind of hard to say that the 10% is better than the 5% and the 5% is better than the 10%. You have to use both to see how both work, which is what I did. I used both and kind of see how both work, and I noticed that the 5% minoxidil was able to give me a lot more vellus hair than the 10% minoxidil. So I used the 5% minoxidil in my advantage to create more and more vellus hair, so that way I can use the 10% to kind of like fill those vellus hair with terminal hair. So that is how I use the 5% minoxidil and the 10% minoxidil. So there is no real answer, y'all, in the 5% minoxidil versus the 10% minoxidil. You just have to know how to use both, so that way you're able to get the results that you need. Now, if you're a beginner and you ask me, Doron, should I start with a 5% minoxidil or should I start with a 10% minoxidil? I would say start with the 5% minoxidil, because when you first start on the minoxidil journey, you want to focus more on creating and producing a lot more vellus hair, so that way in transition of you going to the 10% minoxidil, you're gonna be able to replace those vellus hair with terminal hair. You feel me? And that's kind of where you want to go. Don't just start on the 10% minoxidil and then you start saying this thing is not working, or I'm developing a lot of patches, or whatever the case is, because that's kind of what you're gonna see on the 10% minoxidil. Though it's gonna work and give you a lot more fuller, thicker hair, but at the same time it's gonna grow in patches, which is kind of what I experienced when I stopped using the 5% minoxidil. So that is, my answer as far as the 5% minoxidil versus the 10% minoxidil. Now, you might see a lot of people debate that the 5% is better, and you might see a lot of people debate that the 10% is better, but like I said, use it wisely. Trying to use both and see where both is being helpful as far as your minoxidil journey. Now, the 10% might not work for you, the 5% also might not work for you, or vice versa. So just trying to use both and see which one goes hand on hand with your whole minoxidil journey. Now, in conclusion, guys, you want to implement derma rolling. That's what I was using. I was derma rolling along, my journey. I still am derma rolling right now, so that way I'm able to fill these. You guys see these connectors. I mean, they're pushing in, which I'm happy about. You feel me? I'm happy about these connectors right here. They're pushing in. I'm really excited about these connectors. But don't forget to apply derma rolling in your routine. Like, do not forget to apply that in your routine. It will be helpful. I'm not saying that you're gonna see a lot of results, but it will be helpful. So use it when you can. Y'all already know you guys can still get terminal hair using a 5% minoxidil. Y'all still will get a lot of gains. Y'all still will get a bushy beard with just a 5% minoxidil. Vice versa, you guys also will still get terminal hair with the 10% minoxidil. Y'all still will get a bushy beard. Y'all still will get y'all desired beard with just using the 10% minoxidil. But if you're looking for a faster way to get your gains, then you have to kind of like use both in your advantage, kind of like play around with both. Use the 10 first, and then use the 5 first and then the 10, or vice versa, to see which one give you faster results. Alright guys, that's all I have for you guys, man. You guys already know what to do, man. Make sure y'all follow the boy, man, on Instagram at __Doron_ man. If y'all have not been supporting the boy, make sure that y'all go support my beard oil at www.leroyciel.com. Get y'all that purchase. Y'all already know, man. That's what I use after I use my minoxidil. After, you know what I'm saying, after waiting those 4 hours of me applying minoxidil, I do use that Leroy oil, y'all. Make sure y'all go copy y'all one. I do love and appreciate y'all, man. I'm out.